Good morning, students. Welcome to MachelBuddy.com. Hope you are all fine. Stay home, stay safe. This is Mrs. Arunjyoti, School Assistant Social Studies from ZPHS Ramantapur, Machel District. Students, we have already learnt in our previous video about what is population, what happens if population increase, what does census show. We also learned about under census about age structure. Today we shall discuss about sex ratio, literacy rates, working population. Sex ratio. What is sex ratio? Sex ratio is the number of females per 1000 males in the population. This information is an important social indicator to measure the extent of equality between men and women in the society. The sex ratio in the country has always remained unfavorable to females. It means that the number of females per 1000 males has always remained low in our country. As per Census 2011, gender ratio of India is 943 females per 1000 males. In rural areas, there are 949 females to 1000 men, while in urban area there are 929 females to 1000 males. The graph below shows the sex ratio from 1951 to 2011. In the graph, we see that the number of females per 1000 males are marked on y-axis and the years on the x-axis. Now when we see the year 1951, there were 946 females per 1000 males. But from 1951 to 2011, female population was always less than males. This indicates female discrimination in our country. Women, girls in particular, face unequal opportunity in education and development. There are discriminations against for the basic needs of nutrition, child care and health. Yes, women is discriminated at all place, be it at home or at workplace. We see women is given the least preference. It is the male preference society, where even in the house the male is preferred and all the facilities and the nutritional care, health care and child care is given to the boys than girls. So due to this discrimination, we see the graph is always showing lower ratio of females. But when we examine the graph closely, we see that there is a considerable increase in female ratio from 1991 to 2011 because of the change in the thinking. It is a good progress. And this change is brought because of the awareness about gender sensitivity which is created among people. So this shows that the female ratio is gradually increasing in the country. We notice that the number of women in India has consistently been lower than that of men. This female male ratio is a cause of concern since it indicates a hidden discrimination. Now, yes, women are at disadvantage in several important ways in India. They face discrimination everywhere. Although the Constitution of India grants men and women equal rights, gender disparity remains. Women face gender discrimination in almost every place, whether at home or at workplace. Women face discrimination in gender inequality. We see more of women likely to be living in poverty due to the lack of education, due to the single moms who have never been to school, and also due to the low pay, that is, equal pay as men for doing the same work is not given to the females. So here we see even the gender inequality is also shown in the pay. Women not only face gender inequality but also in the role portrayal. Now, what is role portrayal? There are certain chores of work, that is, maintaining of house, cleaning of house, cooking, washing. Most of these household chores are always categorized as women's work. It is labeled as that these are the works to be done only by female. And whenever we portray such kind of work, it is only the women who is portrayed to show these kind of works. Though men and women in the family are equally responsible for the family, for taking care of the family and also for all the works in the family, but still, despite women being working outside the home, even at home she has to follow certain categories of work which is meant only for her. So this shows that inequality in the role portrayal. She also faces problems which includes domestic violence, dowry related harassment. We see that the women in our society, the girls get married at the earlier stage so as to not to be a burden to the parent, or in the house the boy in the house is treated better than the girl, whether for providing food or sending them to school, or any kind of preference is given to the boy than to the girl. And we also know the girl childs are killed even before they are born. So this kind of discrimination is prevailing in India, in our country. Women in rural areas are still denied education for being females. And similarly, women do not get equal pay as men for doing the same work. So we see that women face discrimination in different ways in life.